This is Real Talk. My name's Kevin DeSerpa, and today's topic is training. I remember when I came back to Canada in 2008 after playing professional soccer. I started to train a bunch of different kids and started to train a bunch of different teams. And a lot of the material I used was a lot of cones, a lot of hurdles, a lot of poles. Obviously was training that I got in Portugal, in Brazil, in Spain. And a lot of people were saying, wow, why do you use all these cones? Why do you use all these poles? Why do you use all these jumps and hurdles? Well, it's pretty simple. I want to create the best athlete, and creating the best athlete, creating the best body for football is by putting it through a lot of different types of training sessions. And a lot of different types of training sessions to make you the best athlete in soccer is by agility, coordination, jumping, doing things with a lot of hurdles and a lot of fast work. Not just a simple ladder. That's not going to get you to the different level. Come on, let's be serious. If you look at gymnasts, if you look at NFL, if you look at the highest level of training nowadays, and not even nowadays, I'm talking about when I was in Brazil in 2000, I did so much jumping, I did so much coordination, I did so much agility. We even went into, what do you call it, the step classes. When I first went into a step class in Brazil, I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Coordination. You need to be coordinated on the field. You need to have great movement, agility, sideways, forward, backwards. So when I introduced all of these jumps and all these hurdles and all these poles, players started to become better athletes, better on the field, and stronger in all aspects. I used to take my training, as I said, to many different teams and many different clubs around here. Before I started actually having my own Ginga Soccer Academy teams, I was working with a bunch of different minor soccer clubs and youth soccer clubs. And they were all astounded by, why do you have all these hurdles? And why do you have all of this agility and coordination before? And to me, it was kind of strange that they didn't understand what I was talking about, because they were teaching soccer. And I just couldn't believe it, because a lot of people here, they're saying that they're doing elite training. They have an amazing skills program. Well, I can say that one club used to use one of my 11-year-olds that I trained for about 2 years, one of my 11-year-olds, to demonstrate all of the things that I was teaching to their club. That was pretty astounding to me. I couldn't actually believe it, because if I'm improving this 11-year-old, 10-year-old, using my system, using my methodology, using my philosophy, using my training, we're way behind. We're way behind. And now in the last couple of years, I've seen a lot of the clubs that didn't have this type of methodology or training everyone's starting to use it. I'm very happy for that, because I want Canadian soccer to improve. But, I wanted to be someone that could help these clubs, and a lot of the clubs have turned me down, unfortunately. When I came back to Canada, I contacted 3 or 4 clubs about my new path. I'm back in Canada. I want to train a lot of kids. I want to help the clubs become better. But that didn't work too well. I didn't get responses from any of the clubs There was not even an email back to me saying we're interested or we're not interested. There was not even a response back. So that showed me something. It gave me a little bit of an idea of what the landscape is here in soccer in Canada. So that's what led me to start Ginga Soccer Academy. And Ginga Soccer Academy, number one was to produce players for other clubs, and of course trying to get them on the provincial team and national team. And potentially, maybe one day, if they were at that level, go to Europe and try their luck in Europe to be a professional soccer player. I remember doing camps, March break camps, winter camps, summer camps, in different youth club facilities. And I remember watching, I brought my friend Rafa from Spain. And he was asking me, why are all those coaches up there with notepads? And I looked and I said, oh, interesting. This was in 3 or 4 different clubs. And they had their badges and their coaching, and they weren't shy of showing that they were there. And then I realized they're taking all of our information. They were writing down all of the training sessions. They were writing down everything that we were doing and then taking it back to their club and using it. That I thought was pretty interesting because that's why I was here, to help, to educate, to give better training, to help the clubs, the coaches, everything. But for me to see coaches from youth clubs and minor soccer clubs, and we're talking about not one, we're talking about like groups, standing at the top or standing in the corner and writing down my training sessions was incredible. And I'm very humbled by that, and I thank you for doing that because, you know, as I say, my goal was to help Canadian soccer, and if the coaches wanted to come and take my training sessions and take my ideas, you know, thank you very much. Just this past summer, I was training a group of 17, 18, and 19-year-old boys. And some of them have played for TFC, some of them have played for big academies in Canada. Most of them have played in the OPDL and at high levels, at high club, as they say. And I introduced my training to them this past summer. And all of them said that they had never seen this before, and it was the best training that they've ever seen, and that they were improving so much just in the little time that they were with me. And I couldn't believe it because they were saying that they were with elite camps, elite clubs, elite academies, TFC, and they weren't doing the training that I was doing over there. And the training that I was doing was helping them tremendously. Thank you. The training that I was giving and the training that I was doing was the training that I was giving in 2008. It's 2019. Of course, I've improved and I've modified a lot of different things. I kept up to date because I follow Atletico Madrid, I follow Real Madrid, I follow Benfica. I'm also in contact with many people from these clubs, and I'm also in contact with many people that are in Portugal, in Spain, in Brazil today, and also educating myself and improving my training and finding out what's new and all those type of things, always trying to improve myself. And for me to hear that these young boys of 17, 18, 19, and a couple of them were 20 that have never done this before, and they've been to good academies, big clubs, and they've said they've been under great coaches, was mind-boggling to me. Because how is it possible? How can you say that you're an elite coach giving elite training, and I come with, let's say in my terms, some basic training, Ginga basic training, not the elite Ginga training. I gave them the Ginga basic training that I've been giving for a lot of years, and they said that it was the best they've ever seen, and they've never seen this before. So, you know, it just goes back to when I contacted the clubs and nobody contacted me back. I don't know, maybe it's because they don't like me, maybe it's because they're insecure. I don't know the reasons, but I can tell you this, is that everyone improves under my training. Everyone becomes better. And I'm very proud to say that. And I've been doing it for 10 years. And what we're going to do is we're going to introduce a few players that are going to be speaking about that. And you're going to have some examples of players that I've trained. And you're going to see how good they are. A lot of people are getting Ginga and Kevin DeSerpa confused. A lot of people are out there saying that he only wants to create professional soccer players, or you have to be super good to be in Ginga. Well, that's false. I'm the owner of Ginga. I'm the one who's training everybody. I'm the voice of Ginga. I've never said that before. And there's a lot of people out there saying that. There's a lot of people out there that are not coming to Ginga because they think they're not good enough. Well, that's false. I don't care what level you are. I want to train you and I want to help you. So that's to cut that rumor out right away, that you have to be a certain level to be in Ginga. Kevin only wants to create professional soccer players. That's a lie. I've never preached that, and that's not my philosophy. So just a small recap: agility, coordination, hurdles, poles, agility ladders, all that stuff makes you a better soccer player. Why? It makes you a better soccer player because you become a better athlete. If you're a better athlete, you become a better soccer player. It doesn't matter how much skill you have. I was a skiller, and then when I hit about 20, when I went to Brazil, that's when I realized all of this agility, hurdles, jumps, poles, coordination, it made me such a better soccer player because I became a better athlete on the field. So, thank you for watching. This is Real Talk, and we'll see you on the next episode.